Welcome to Loco Gringo, Mexico, the place where we transform a tourist into a traveler, because you deserve to see more of the world than just what's in a guidebook. Each week, we talk with amazing locals who know the Riviera Maya and Yucatan like only a local can, and get them to share their tips and insights on the local scene, culture, and cuisine from a local's perspective. So, pour yourself a margarita, grab a comfy chair, and let's get the show going.
Hi everyone, this is Kay Walden with Loco Gringo, Mexico. So glad you could join us today. Well, today's conversation is full of laughter, full of fun, which is what this person is about. Laughter, fun, joy. And she is a self-proclaimed child of the world. She has a great story on her decisions to come and live in the Riviera Maya. And she's also going to share with us some of the places that she loves, that she gets away to when she's got time off, some of the fun places she goes to eat and to party. And I adore her. So let's have a little chat here with Miss Marianne. Hey everybody, I got Marianne Volkmer on the line, and I love Marianne because, well, she's a loco gringo. Marianne, hey, how are you this afternoon?
I'm amazing. Just to be, simple and a little bit humble. No, it's great. It's a really nice day in Riviera Maya. It's nice and overcast, so we get a little bit of cool weather, so it's all good.
So, Marianne, we've been friends for a while now, and I really would like you to explain to people kind of your background, because I know you're from Cuidad Victoria, which is in the state of Tamaupilas. But why don't you explain to people how you wound up from being that little baby in Victoria to being here in the Riviera Maya? How did all that happen?
Well, I guess I'm a citizen of the world. Genetically, my parents, my father's German and my mother's Mexican. They met here in Mexico. And actually the first years, I think we lived in Arizona, and then we moved to Laredo, and I stayed in Monterey, and then I moved around, and I had a really, 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 cool little place to live in, and everybody started growing up, and I started traveling, and I got that little bug. I just loved packing a bag and moving, and I did Europe and States, and then I remember perfectly well, it was 2007, and I said, I want to live on the beach. And I think if you go to my Facebook page and you have lots of time to kill, somewhere around 27, I think that was my status. I'm moving to the beach. And I did. That's
awesome. I mean, a lot of people had that fantasy to pick up and just move to the beach. And you had the courage to just say, hey, I'm going for it, and I'm there.
Yeah. I mean, when you grow up in Mexico, you always know about Riviera Maya, and I was very, very fortunate. When I was a little girl, we'd come in, summer vacations were in Cancun, and it was amazing. It was spectacular. And a little bit shortly after that Facebook post where I wanted to move to the beach, I was contacted by a group of lawyers. They needed a technical writer for some patents here in Cancun. And before my life as a reservation specialist for Loco Gringo, I was a technical writer. So I moved here, I helped them, it was a 6-week contract, and I helped them do that. And then one thing led to another, and I actually met this excellent, really amazing company too. They're called Vacations Technology. They're here in Riviera Maya. They work with resorts, and I got to meet, the tourism industry in a way that very, very few people. I got an amazing introduction. I got to see, what a beautiful, beautiful business this is. And, it's a great thing to say, what do you do for a living? And I actually help people create, happy memories. And it's something that I just decided this is what I want. And then one day I went to yoga class with Terry Richardson in Akumal, and you were there, Kay. That was actually the first time I met you. And then little by little, I started becoming more of a part of, the community and meeting you and making more friends. And, I really realized that I'm happy here in Riviera Maya, and I love it when people come to Riviera Maya and they explore the real Riviera Maya. They go beyond Cancun and the airport. And I remember coming, to your door here and everything, and you telling me about, what great things you guys do, and the rest is history.
Well, yeah, and it was. And I mean, it was great fun when I met you. I remember some of our conversations at Turtle Bay and Akumal. We had a great time. Now, have you always been in Akumal? Did you spend any time in Playa del Carmen?
I did the first 6 weeks. I lived in Cancun, and it's a great little city. And actually, it's not even a little city. It's a great city on the coast. But, I have to be honest, I was looking for, that laid back Caribbean life. So I moved to Playa del Carmen for a while when I was working with Palladium. And that's a great little city. It has everything, but it's not too big, not too small. The people are friendly. It's young. It's just vibing the whole day. It's amazing. And one of my coworkers actually, he's like, hey, you should come to Akumal. You're going to really like it. And we ended up being roommates. And again, the thing I love about Riviera Maya, it's a community. It's a community of happy people. It's endless summer, three all year round. It's bikini weather. So everybody, helps each other out, and I know where you want to go, or they'll point you always in the right direction. So I came to Akumal, and it's been officially my address for 7 years.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow. It's amazing. And you've seen, so in the time that you've been here in the coast, Mexico's Caribbean coast, you've seen quite a bit of changes yourself, haven't you? Between the growth of Playa del Carmen and Tulum, and even the little town of Akumal even has its series of changes since you first came aboard.
Well, yes, I will. I mean, it's called progress. And progress is something that everybody needs. A lot of people, I will make this, I love to say this, that a lot of people don't realize that it's actually a lot of work to live in paradise. You have to be ready to accept nature, and accept everything the way it comes. It makes you so much more, in touch with the world, with the community, with the people around you. And it's beautiful the way it grows in such an organic way. When I came to Akumal, the area where I live specifically, it's a little residential area. And I think there were barely like 30 people living here. And now I think we're well over 120, I think. And it doesn't seem much, but when you came here and it was only 30 people living in the community where you were, it's pretty cool. It's amazing.
No, absolutely. I totally agree. I know in 1992, when I moved to Akumal, there were 11 of us.
I'm so jealous. I love that. I love it when you guys tell me that there was like one generator and it would go out and people would be out in the street like, okay, there's no power, so let's just go to the lagoon, and everybody hangs out. And I mean, we still get that, but now we have cars and we have highways. I appreciate that when I got to Riviera Maya, every building had power. And if it gets a little too warm, you can turn on a fan, or, like that. Those are little things that the people don't realize, those are real luxuries here. AC is, is, wow, that's like cutting edge technology.
No, for sure. I mean, AC definitely is technology. And, we still, and I think a lot of people take it for granted, is just think the whole world is wired with Wi-Fi. As we know, even in our office here at Local Gringo, is that sometimes the internet is not necessarily cooperative. But you know what? The nice thing is, I think that we find is that we're allowed to disconnect. Sometimes we have to disconnect because we have no choice, and which forces us to be in the moment, enjoy the area, enjoy the environment that we're in, which is absolutely beautiful, and enjoy the people that are around us. And I think that the disconnect is actually a plus and not a minus for us.
Oh, most definitely. I will admit, being here, as I mentioned, so close to nature, you realize that, all those screens you see, your computer, your cell phone, your tablet, your television, those screens are great. They transport you. They help you see things you may not have an opportunity in this life. But here in Riviera Maya, I live right next door to our office, but I just love when I get to walk out of the office and then climb up my stairs. And right now, I wish you guys could see it. The sky is turning pink. And, again, those monkeys, we have monkeys that come and see us every day. And you have all these beautiful animals. And you connect to nature again, or you not just nature, to other forms of life, or you have so much time to look at the stars, the way you can see the stars here. It's incredible. It's amazing. And I think it accentuates everything, and it makes you even better.
I absolutely agree. And yes, we do see monkeys from time to time in front of our office, which is super cool, and parrots, and then the occasional toucan, nature abounds for sure. Marianne, I always love talking to you because your passion for life just always comes through in your actions and your words and all. But I got to ask you, having, born in Tamaupilas and living near the border and everything. So you've had a lot of places to travel. What's your favorite spot in Mexico? I mean, tell me, have you found a place that is your absolute favorite?
Yes, we're going to go there one day, Kay, and it's going to be the coolest road trip. There's a great little town. It's called Real de 14. Which would be the Royal 14. It's actually a mining town. I don't know, have you heard of it, Real de 14?
No, I've never heard of it. Now, I got to say, I'm going to put a little disclaimer here. I'm a little upset you didn't put the Riviera Maya as your number one pick.
Oh, that's a given. I live here. You're
okay,
right.
I'm just checking. I'm just checking.
You're right. You're totally right. Yes, it is. Riviera Maya is my new home, actually. I mean, I had the opportunity to actually choose where I want to make my home. I got to go to a lot of places. I lived in several cities in Mexico, in the States, in Europe, and I love Riviera Maya. It's my home, again, because it's not just my address. I feel all of Riviera Maya is my home. If I want to go to Tulum, I know, you know people, everybody sees you, they recognize you. It's an amazing vortex. That's what it is. It's this great. It's like, what do I feel like? Do I feel very cosmopolitan? I'll go to Cancun. And if I feel a little more trendy and hip, I'll go to Coralina. I'll go to the Playa del Carmen. If I really want to, feel magic, I'll definitely be in Tulum. And of course, if I want to be with my friends and family, I'm going to be here in Akumal.
Oh, man, there's the big pat on the heart right there. Okay, so let's back to the road trip because I'm getting excited here. So tell me about Real de 14.
Real de 14 is in San Luis Potosí.
Real.
Real, yeah. It's Real de 14 is in San Luis Potosí. Okay, it's a little bit above central Mexico, and it's an old abandoned mining town, okay, where you have the Huichole Indians. And it's just gorgeous because it's abandoned, it was exploited, all the silver, there is no more silver in those towns, but to get to the town, you have to go through this tunnel that's about 1 kilometer long. But it's so remote, it's so up in the mountains, and there is no technology that when you get to the tunnel, there's a person there with the red rag. They give you that rag, you cross the tunnel, and then you have to leave the rag, because that way they know where the last car is. Only one car goes at a time, or, maybe. And then you go there, and it's like you're going back 200 years. It's this little colonial town. It has this little tiny market, and it has a cathedral, and it's cemetery. And there's this beautiful place. It's called the Quemado, which is like the burned. And it's where you go and you walk in the desert. And again, you see nature at its best, in its glory. Just like you do here in Riviera Maya, you see so many different types of since it's a desert, there are all these different cactus plants and these beautiful trees. My favorite trees, the Joshua trees. And it's very magical and mystical too. I like that. I like being able to disconnect from modern technology, from the busy hustle and bustle of everyday life, clock in, clock out, go do errands, go to the bank, go shopping. No, right there, it's like time stopped. Just like Riviera Maya, just like when you go to Tulum or when you come to Akumal. It doesn't matter what's going on around the world. It's just right now.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, we got to plan that road trip. It sounds like a cool place.
Oh, and it's really famous. I've not tried it. I'm actually afraid of it, again, because maybe I'm Mexican. But it's actually where it's very well known for the peyote. Have you heard of peyote?
Well, duh. Yeah, peyote. Yeah.
I don't know. You're my boss. I don't know.
Well, I've heard about it. I've only heard the gossip about it, the chisme, yeah. But I've
Well, exactly. Well, that's where the Indians, the local Indians, those are Huichole. I'm sorry, the Huichole Indians are, and for them, it's not a recreational drug, or it would be the equivalent to their communion. It's a whole ritual where you have to go through a fasting, and the shaman helps you, and he guides you once you take it, and because you will trip, and I think every trip, or when you do it, you're not supposed to do multiple. He guides you through it, so you come back with something to be better in this life with. And, it's just one of those beautiful Mexican towns where you see the real Mexico, that frozen time, Mexico has over 300 different native Mexicans. It's not just Maya and Aztec. You have the Nahuatl, you have the Huichole, you have the Tarahumara.
The Lacadones are
Las Lacandonas. See, yeah, there's over 300 dialects in Mexico. And I just love being able to, to see that, to feel that. It's incredible.
Well, I think if you've been taking the peyote, or then that you might have just scored another time here on the show, because we can, and maybe it'll be one of those late night episodes, and we talk about those experiences, and we might throw in some ayahuasca stories as well.
Oh, that's going to be entertaining. Oh, you know what? That's going to be a road trip experience,
There you go. Well, it'll be some kind of experience for sure, yeah?
Yeah, and that's what Riviera Maya is. Coming back to home, to Riviera Maya, it's a real experience, and it caters to every need, every genre. If you want the vacation home, you want your own house on the beach, you have that. If you want a small bed and breakfast, it has that. If you want a city like Playa del Carmen where you can party all night and party all day, it's there. We have theme parks, and they're beautiful because they're nature parks. It's not plastic. It's authentic. It's real. It's beautiful.
Well, I wanted to. It's great that you brought us back over to the Riviera Maya, because I want to talk about some places that are real, and I want to know. I think all of us who have lived in the area, we all have some favorite spots of our own, and some places are well known, some of them are lesser known, and so I want to ask you: where are some of the hidden gems that Marianne goes to, that you go to, that you when you've got time off or you just need a little break, that you go to, whether it's a place to go get tacos, or a place to hang on the beach, or even a place to go out and party? Where are some of those places that you really think some people should experience when they come down and visit the area? What do you got for us there?
Given that we have limited time, I'll give you right now because actually you said
because you could go on for a long time, right?
Tacos, boom! I knew right away. La Eufemia on Tulum Beach, and you said, "Where do I like to party?" Boom! La número 20. Oh no! Now I'm about. Well, there's this new place in Playa del Carmen. It's Ocho.
¿Cómo se llama? What is it?
Ocho, 8. The 8 Club.
Is that patio? That's not Patio Ocho.
Yeah, it's.
I love Patio Ocho. I've been there.
It's Grupo Azotea. They do great. And if you want, but my secret gem that I'm afraid, I'm almost afraid to say this, but okay. There's this beach called Salmon Bay. And there's this beautiful place. It's called Chamicos. It's beautiful.
Oh, girl, really? It's the secret's been out. I gotta tell you.
Okay.
But why do you like Chamicos? What is it that you personally love about Chamicos? Because a lot of people talk about it.
Okay, here's what I love about Chamicos. I love it because when I go there, I can actually walk down, and there's the point where it turns into Tanca.
Yep.
Okay, if you keep on walking and you go down to the point where it turns into Tanca, it's all rocky, but there's these little pools where it's great to just go sit down. And I've been there with I'll go with some friends and we practice yoga there. And again, right here at Riviera Maya, we don't have the tides. They don't go up or down. A lot of people ask me, hey, what time will the tide go in or not? A little trivia. I think it moves like maybe 4 inches or something in the whole year.
Yeah, it's only about 4 inches.
Yeah, it's like, and it's gradual. But besides that, there's this little great, you go down to the south and you keep walking and it's just so quiet there. I go there at least once a month, at least. I actually went there twice already this month. Well, not in October, but I go there at least once a month on my own. And I think it has the less contact with people. You don't see, people trekking by. You don't see vendors. You don't see restaurants. You just see the ocean and you just see the jungle, and the villas are a little farther down. And I just love feeling so alone, and so there. And you realize how beautiful everything is, and it just brings you down, like it's down to earth, not down as.
No, I totally agree. Down to earth.
You come back down to earth, and you realize, wow, this is what it's about. It's the snail. You can see. I have this thing for hermit crabs. I love hunting hermit crabs, and the colors, the variety, and you can spend the whole day there. So yeah, I would definitely say the southern end of Solomon Bay where it meets Tanca.
Okay, so give me another one, girlfriend.
Another one of my special places that I'm not supposed to reveal. This is actually top secret because I may get in trouble for it. I think the authorities may be looking for me. No, I love.
Okay. Okay. Well, we don't want the authorities looking for people visiting the area. So careful where you step on this one.
Yeah, exactly. No, but it definitely has to be right now. I am all about Siankan. I am all in the last year, Kay. I actually officially ended my cable contract in March of 2016. I have a TV and a DVD at home, but I don't watch television anymore because I love watching the sky. That is my new passion, per se. I love watching sunrise and sunset and the stars. And the one thing that Playa del Carmen, Akumal, and, Tulum, they have so many stars, but they don't have the Milky Way. And as of this summer, I started going to Siankan, and you can see the Milky Way in Siankan. And I just love it. And I'll leave it at that. It's in Siankan, my favorite place. Secret.
No, in Siankan is beautiful. The stars are great. Now, I will say, just for anybody who's, for the people who are listening going, okay, what about the authorities? Is that Marianne might have been trespassing, which we do not encourage for people. And she was camping. But Siankan is great, and we have some. If you want to go see the stars in Siankan, we can hook you up with some great hotels and some great places you can go and stay, so you're not trespassing.
Yes, we did the first night. Okay, that was pretty much it. That was we found a camping ground, and we asked the people, and they're like, "Oh yes, there's another one a little bit further down." We must have not taken note well of the directions. So we found this gorgeous place. It was so beautiful. I mean, incredible. And after the first night that we realized it was private property, we ended up at Sol Caribe. Actually, it's one of it's
one of the places we rep, and it's one of my favorite places is Sol Caribe.
It's actually where we ended, and Ricardo was there. He was amazing. He's like, "What are you girls?" Because it was all girls and 3 dogs. So he's like, "Are you girls really camping by yourselves and paddleboarding?" Because that's actually what we did. We weren't camping. Okay, we decided to do a little adventure, and that's Riviera Maya. Every day is an adventure. So we set in Tulum, and we paddleboarded all the way down to Siankan. So we started at Rosa del Viento, which is like 4 kilometers before the Arc, if I'm not mistaken. And at the end, we finished at Sol Caribe, which is probably another 7 kilometers down.
That's a long paddle.
Yeah, from Poicapaila. Yeah, it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was over 20 miles. We did have a support vehicle. We did take turns, like, okay, who's taking the truck in case we had an emergency, we prepared. But, and then there was parts where it got a little bit rough. I got a little bit scared, I'll admit it, in the lagoon. Because, again, people, you're not supposed to paddleboard inside the lagoon. There are crocodiles there. We got to see them. But it was really, really, really incredible. Again, it's so fun to just do that, to get on a paddleboard. And, we saw this huge tarpon. It was a good 2 meters long, and down there, last time I was kayaking with a friend, I think we know him. It's Your Green Guide. He's Hugo. He's from Tulum. He's also a friend, of the local Grigo family. And we went kayaking. Okay, we were surrounded by 6 manatees. Like, I just put my hand in the water, and the manatee was there. It's you don't get this in many places. You see it on TV. you see the theme parks, see everything, but to see see these beautiful creatures in their natural habitat, it really does change you. And I will say that I changed so much. I see it. I changed into a better person in the past 6 years here than I may have grown in the previous years. Let's not say exactly how many they were.
No, I totally feel you on that. I was a couple weeks ago, I was down in the Siankan, Laguna Chuñaste area, saw some manatees, went to Bird Island, absolutely awesome. Saw a crocodile. They asked about you, Marianne. But no, nature abounds. And if you're a nature lover, Siankan absolutely is a must see and a must do on any trip, for sure. Well, Marianne, you know what? I know that you and I could keep going on for a long time, and we'll have to have you back on the show. But in the meantime, what I would like to do is to, if you'll let people know how they can find you, because you guys want to find Marianne. Now, some of the places that we talked about, certainly check back on our show notes at locogringo.com/podcast. Some of these places about Siankan, some of the beautiful places that Marianne's been to, including Real de Catorces, is it Coralina in Playa del Carmen, and all of these great
Patio Ocho.
Patio 8.
La Número 20, that's a really cool spot. Oh, and if you want really good tacos in Tulum, there's La Chapaneca inside Tulum Pueblo,
boom, yeah.
which I know is your favorite. But I'm sorry, Kate. I know you're my boss. We should do that. We should do it one day, and we should have like a contest to see who gets. I have to. My favorite tacos in Tulum, they're on the beach, and I hope you guys.
Where?
I'm afraid to say it. It's called La Eufemia, and it's on Tulum Beach. It's within walking distance from Sueños Tulum, which is one of my favorite resorts in Tulum. It's magical. It really is. I mean, every time I go there, it's like I don't want to leave. It's another world. It is.
So
and
La Eufemia is great tacos.
They're great tacos. As a Mexican, okay, plus a Mexican from northern Mexico, where we have, some of the best beef in the whole country. Okay, those are the most authentic Mexican tacos I've had on this coast. And a really cute thing about Eufemia is the name of the owner's dog. And it's one of those gray, shaggy dogs. Remember that movie from Disney? That
Shaggy
black
dog,
and white, the Shaggy
dog, DA.
There you go. La Eufemia is a shaggy dog, and she is so cute because she does whatever she wants. They also have, it's a really cool place to hang out during the day because they have it's a beach bar too. They have the beds to lounge and the umbrellas, and they have music and cocktails. But the tacos, they're incredible. So, I'm sorry, boss, but...
No. It's all good. We're going to have to check it out. I
mean, I will say this for La Chapaneca. La Chapaneca has that authentic Mexican process, where it's the real street food, where it's where you go at whatever time it is of the day, and they're working it, none of the waiters are just sitting down or waiting. There's no breaks. They have the pastor, which is the
awesome.
How do you call it? Yeah, it's like what's the best way to say that in English? I'm struggling.
What? Tacos pastor?
Yeah, el trompo.
And trompo. It's very similar to having Sorry, I want to say it. 4-letter word. Gyros.
Yes,
that was the word I was looking for. Gyros. It's like having a gyro, but it's pork. It's on a tortilla. They put some pineapple on it, onion, cilantro, and it's absolutely delicious.
Yeah, exactly. Like La Chapaneca is that. You feel like you're in Mexico City. If you're ever in Mexico City, my personal favorites, they're El Farolito in Polanco.
Okay. Now wait, all right, Marianne, we gotta go. We'll come back. We'll do an episode on Mexico City if you want. Anyways, Marianne, hey, I always love talking with you when I'm not sitting next to you in the office on a day-to-day basis. This is great, and I'm glad you could be a guest on the show. So, Marianne, how can people find you if they want to get some information aside from going to our show notes? And of course, you can always email Marianne at reservations@locogringo.com. But where else are you, Marianne, so people can track you down?
I'm on Instagram. You can find me locogringo_Mexico on Instagram. Well, that's actually the Loco Gringo, but you'll also find Marianne Volkmer on Instagram. I'm on Snapchat, Marianne Volkmer, and of course, Facebook, Marianne Volkmer. I'm really easy to find. I guess not many people have my name.
Now, we'll have on the please visit our show notes. We'll have links over to Marianne's social media profiles and contact information for her. And of course, you can call Marianne. She's got, it's not a 976 number, but 1-800-478-0081. And you can talk to Marianne. She can help you certainly share these places and help you with your vacation. Marianne, tons of fun. We got to do it again. We got road trips. We got tacos to do and everything. So it's all fun, all good.
Oh, we have to do the beach bar.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Okay, everybody. Well, listen, thanks so much, Marianne. I can't wait to have you back on the show again. You're awesome.
Thank you. And again, Kay, you're just as no, you're even awesomer, actually. So, and it's not just because you're my boss.
Well, thanks so much to Marianne once again, and a big muchas gracias to all of you for tuning in. And if you had trouble keeping up with all the places Marianne was talking about, and trust me, you won't be the first person who's had trouble keeping up with Marianne, you can check out today's show notes. As I mentioned earlier, it's locogringo.com/podcasts. We'll have information about the places Marianne was talking about, as well as links over to her social media accounts and our Loco Gringo Instagram account, which Marianne heads up. And if you just want to reach out to Marianne and get some help on your vacation, you can email her at reservations@locogringo.com. Well, until next week, everyone, hasta la vista.
Thanks for listening. If you like the show, be sure to subscribe. For links, show notes, and more information, head on over to locogringo.com or give us a call toll-free at 800-478-0081.
Porque se tragó la luna, estaba enferma la rana. Su madre soba que soba, dedos de pluma la panza. Pensó ranita que luna era una toronja blanca. Y aunque la luna es de leche, la leche estaba cortada. Croa, croa, dedos de pluma. Croa, croa, dedos de agua.